Hi guys, this is from my small business owner friends out there on Facebook and wherever I'm in contact with you guys. It's difficult times right now, and we all have to get through this somehow. And I just want to share with you guys a little bit about what I did and what I'm doing to prepare and to move forward and succeed and survive this issue that we all are facing right now. You know, it's a lot of uncertainty. Everybody needs to make money. Everybody needs to be safe, and we're all at home. Our shops are all closed. You know, my shop's closed right now. I'm in here. I'm doing a little work by myself, but that's it. But I wanted to share a couple things that maybe I could help with. How we're going to make it through and what I did to prepare for this event. Even though nobody can really prepare for anything like this, the thing that got me to start preparing for something like this was a book that I read. This book by one of my favorite authors and business coaches, Grant Cardone. It's called The 10X Rule. The 10X Rule, okay? And I had been reading and studying that book. I've read it at least 5 times, and I started maybe 2 years ago. So within the last 2 years, I've read that book at least 5 times. And basically, the premises of the book is that if you want to make $1 million, let's say use it as an example. If you want to make $1 million in a year, then you need to shoot for $10 million, because if you fall short of the 10 mil, you're definitely going to make the 1 mil. So you need to work 10 times as hard, do 10 times the amount of stuff that needs to be done in order to achieve your original goal. So basically it's multiplying your efforts and your goal to make sure that you achieve at least your original goal, which is now your minimum, okay? So, and it talks about how he went through the economic downturn in 2008, and how where the millionaires and billionaires, that was their time to shine. Warren Buffett, all the millionaires and billionaires, that's their time to shine. They buy when it's low and they sell when it's high, you know, basic economics. And they were ready and able to invest during the times when the economy is at the lowest, you know, part, and everybody needs help. So they're able to help, and they're able to capitalize on the downturn as well. It's not taking advantage of people by any means. It's nothing unethical, you know, that I'm talking about anyway. But it's like, you know, when real estate markets crash and the prices go down, you know, if you have the money and you have the cash reserves to invest in real estate, then that's your time to invest in real estate, okay? That's an example, and that's what the book prepared me to do. Now, I was preparing this last 2 years. I was not preparing for this outbreak and this pandemic that's going on. Nobody had any idea, you know, except maybe Bill Gates. But listen, I was preparing for something else. I was preparing for my $10 million, okay? So what happened was, because I had been working so hard for that $10 million, I was able to save up cash reserves, okay? And the cash reserves is one of the reasons why I'm so confident, comfortable, calm, and cool collective, but confident that I'm gonna make it through this, and that my business is gonna make it through this. So, the 10X rule. Look that book up, get that book, read that book, all right? So because I read the 10X rule, and because I got motivated to shoot for cash reserves 10 times what I felt I needed, I'm now prepared, able to float through this downturn. What else am I doing? I'm applying for grants, not loans. I mean, the loans are all right too. It's down to like 1% interest. I mean, you really can't beat that. So worst come to worst, I get a very low interest rate on a loan, okay? But at the best, I get a grant, totally forgiven. And I'm not doing it myself, you know, I'm not an accountant. I don't know how to fill out all this, you know, to submit all these paperwork and fill out all this stuff that you have to do to apply for these grants and these loans and stuff. That's not my forte. That's not my job that I do on a regular basis. Okay, so if I had to, I would try and do it myself, but I would be stressed out, I would be uncomfortable, I would be worried that I didn't do it right, and then who knows, maybe I didn't do it right. So in the last 2 years, I also made sure to step up my accountant game. So I made sure to get a team that I got rid of my old accountant because he was a POS, and I got a new team of accountants, and they're freaking amazing. They're Cooper CPA Knowledge. My accountant team is called Cooper Group CPA. All right, hit them up if you need some help. They're fantastic. Anyway, I'm having them do all of that so I can concentrate on what I need to concentrate on, which is marketing in a different way now, but staying relevant, marketing, and changing the whole dynamic of operations and sales and business as we knew it before, pre-coronavirus, to how it's going to be post-coronavirus. Okay, so I've got the cash reserves because I was preparing for or working towards something huge, not just going to work and just, you know, doing the bare minimum. I was working towards something, not this, but because I was working towards something, now I have the nest egg, the cushion, the reserves to float through. But most importantly, also the knowledge that I gained from these books. So these 2 years, this isn't the only book I've read. I've been reading book after book after book, and I read the books over and over again. I've been studying business, I've been studying finances for the last 2 years. So I've been preparing myself for whatever comes my way. And that's why I'm so confident and cool, calm, collective, and comfortable right now during this crazy, hectic time, all right? So the knowledge is so vital to our survival in any situation, okay? So what you could be doing right now is reading books, listening to Audible, doing whatever it takes to get the knowledge that we're gonna need for the future. So I'm not wasting time. I'm learning more than ever right now. I'm doing a half a book to a full book a day, and like I said, I find these books that are helpful, that are gonna make a difference in my life, and I read them over and over and over and over again. I'm gonna read these books 20 times to the point to where I can just have it all memorized, all right? So you've got the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone, and another book that I want to recommend is Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. Okay, all his books are gold, but Profit First and his first book, Toilet Paper Entrepreneur, it's all about handling your finances properly and setting yourself up to be prepared for anything that comes your way. And the Toilet Paper Entrepreneur is all about how to work with little to no budget at all, which is something that we're all faced with right now. So you've got cash reserves, which is vital to any, it's the lifeblood of any business, is your cash flow, your cash reserves, okay? And how to bring in cash now with the post-coronavirus. It's going to be completely different. So what are you doing to set your business up for sales and doing business in a post-coronavirus world, which is here, and as soon as we go back to business, it's not going to be the same. So you have to develop all these systems, different protocols and ways of doing business that are going to give comfort and confidence to the people that are going to want to get out and purchase stuff, or they're just going to continue to stay home. All right, that's another thing. You need to be fully online e-commerce, and you need to be able to transact and make sales online. So cash reserves and knowledge, and your team. Don't leave the stuff that you don't know to the pros, and make sure it gets done right, and have the money to pay them, because you have a job to do, which is your business. I need to make frames and sell frames. So that's what I'm going to concentrate on. All right. So my tips for you is to work 10 times as hard as you normally would to achieve a goal 10 times higher than what your average goal or your goal started out to be, so that you're more than comfortable, more than prepared for anything that comes your way. All right. Next is the knowledge, and the books have the knowledge. So my suggestion to you is to get the books, read them over, so that you're prepared and you're confident that you can weather the storm. Now, I'm going to leave you with this. The last thing is survival. We all want to survive. But we don't want to survive alone. We want to adapt and thrive, okay? It's not just survival that's going to make everything go back to normal and put food on the plate and support our families, guys. It's about how to adapt and thrive. People are not going to stop spending their money. The money's not, going away. In fact, they're printing more money. So people want to spend it. And I'm still getting people coming in, calling, dropping off orders, but I'm doing it differently. I'm fully protected, gloves, masks. Nobody's coming in the store. I set up a virtual design station to where the people drop their stuff off to me in the parking lot, and I come in and I schedule a meeting with them, and I have a virtual design studio with conference call capabilities. I get them on a conference call using Zoom, and I use my new setup here, and it shows them the art and what I'm designing, and I can close the sale, and I can send them a QuickBooks link to pay all over the internet, and I never have to have contact with them. And that's giving them comfort and confidence that they can still do what they want to do, which is people still want to get frames. People still want to get everything. So we have to make it so that they feel comfortable and confident, all right? So we've got the cash reserves that you need to stockpile and save up. You got the knowledge that all these books and everybody, all these business coaches that are trying to help, take advantage of that. Learn what you can, study it like you're studying for a school exam or something. Get your team professionals to handle this stuff for you, so you don't have to worry about, making mistakes. You're a professional at what you do. Stick to that. Hand the other stuff off to professionals in those areas, and don't just survive with the cash reserves. But you really don't even want to touch the cash reserves. You want to adapt and thrive so that you can keep some money coming in, so you don't have to use all your cash reserves, but you have to have the cash reserves. But adapt and thrive. Things are changing. So are you going to curl up in a ball in a fetal position? No. You're going to adapt to the changes, and you're going to thrive, not survive. All right? So I'm going to leave you with that. If anybody has any questions, DM me, message me, hit me up, call me, whatever you got to do. If anybody wants any book recommendations, get a hold of me, tell me what your situation is. I'll recommend you a book.